Hi everyone, this is Hannah Brooks, and my wiki page that I signed up for to explore is goosechase.com. It is a online scavenger hunt for the masses. It is free to sign up for and use, so I'm just going to kind of go from the very beginning and sign in. Okay, once you have signed in, this will be your home page. It's called My Games, so every scavenger hunt is referred to as a game. What I really like about this is you have so many options to kind of just choose games that are already here or create your own game. I teach kindergarten, so after when I first started exploring the website, I did find that I was struggling to figure out how I would implement it in my classroom. So I just started playing around as if I were an upper grade elementary teacher or middle school teacher or even high school teacher. And you have scavenger hunts that are already here. So last week being Halloween, I just chose one that was already on the website, and I just copied a duplicate of it onto my homepage, and it was called Halloween Fun. So this is one that's already been made. I just chose it off of the application already, and I'm just going to kind of click here and let you see what it looks like. Now again, please keep in mind throughout this screencast that I am a kindergarten teacher, and so I'll be referring a lot to simplifying things. Once you're in the game, from your screen, this is what you will see: the name of the game and the game description. This is kind of the home page for the game. As you come over to the tabs here in orange or gray, you will see this is the tab I'm currently on, missions, and this is where we click. This is the meat of the game. These are the objectives. So as we look and we scroll down, this means the student will be typing in an answer. This is obviously a photograph that they will be taking with their device. And you can see this is a quite long scavenger hunt, which is what they're meant to be, where the students could be working in a team or independently. If you pick a pre-made game like this, you do have the option to edit some of the missions. There were actually more missions. I went in and kind of looked at some that might not be quite, the opportunity wouldn't be there for a kid to get a certain picture or find something. So you can delete it or you can edit it. So those are your options. You can shorten them. Kind of have a lot of freedom to do what you would like. You can adjust the point value here. The next thing, after you have all of the missions set up how you want them and you have kind of edited them or deleted, added to, you can go over here to participants, and this is who will actually be playing the game. You have the option, if you see here, when I was playing with this game, I made 3 teams. You have, I think it's a limit of 3 teams, and I put no access code. You can choose to add an access code for students if you so wish, or up here you have the option of individual players. I always think, this is a great way to work collaboratively in the classroom. So while some games may be individually played, that would be a good purpose if you had a certain objective in mind. But overall, I think the team idea is great. They do have the option of creating their own team, or you creating the team for them, and that is here. We have that option here. You also have step-by-step instructions available to help you learn how someone would join the game. Here you have the start and stop option of the game, which is kind of how you would decide the duration, the time, manual, automatic, those type things. We have in the game, this is all the setup we see here. And then here we have in the game. So we have the activity feed. Nothing is here yet because I obviously don't have anyone pushed out. We have the leadership board, which teams are coming in with the most points, and then we have the submissions. So we're going to kind of go back to our home page, and now we're going to kind of look on the lower elementary side. I'm kindergarten, so as simple as we can get it. is where we need to be, because I would want this done in a group setting with a team, but this would most likely be a center, or a time when a center if I was teaching the purpose of supplies or vocabulary words or math. If I were really wanting to teach technology, then I would use it as me scaffolding the whole scavenger hunt. So it really just depends on where your kids are with technology, how familiar they are, how available it is, and what your objective or your purpose is for the scavenger hunt. So I've just kind of played around on here. My first game I created was called Write the Room. That is a center in the ideal world where all of my kids can fluently use the iPad very well. We would use the iPad to find vocabulary words in the room. Kind of, I guess we wouldn't call it Write the Room, but maybe more finding vocabulary words or finding sight words located within the room. In the center now, they actually have to write it on paper. This game, Supplies, I chose just really the first and most basic scavenger hunt I would start with. Maybe even in kindergarten or first grade would be just locating supplies. Do we know where in the room those supplies are? I uploaded an image and then named it supplies, locate supplies. All of this I've done, and I can go back and I can edit it. Supplies for the classroom. If I want to kind of give that a title. And then we can go down here, save and continue. And we can add our missions. So far I have 3 missions. Locate crayons, glue, and scissors. It's all done with a camera, taking a picture. If I want to add a mission, I might name this, let's say, tissue. Everyone needs to know where the tissue box is. Okay, and then we have save changes, and then now our game has another mission. So it's really easy to create the missions. Excuse me. We're going to go back to my games. We are going to look at my classroom. This is my most recently created one. And again, this would be maybe into September, late August, when I wanted to see if students could find their way around the classroom. So I've named it My Classroom, locate the areas of the classroom. I'm going to go over here to save and continue. Then we have take a picture of the classroom library, locate and take a picture of the math board. What I really like about this is the opportunity not only to integrate technology, but to work collaboratively. And also with this certain game, it gives my students the opportunity to really kind of teach those English language learners, because in my school we have a high population of English language learners. It gives them, excuse me, the opportunity to work together collaboratively to match those labels and to understand those vocabulary words that just help them to kind of survive and thrive in the classroom. I would make sure that the labels here, the titles, matched, the labels in my room. So if I call it the class library on the scavenger hunt, then that's what my sign says in my room. If I call it the word work center, that's what it's labeled in my classroom, so that they're making those connections. I think it's a great vocabulary tool, just whole words tool, where we're looking at the whole word and we're identifying those words we see often, like the supplies, scissors, glue, tissue, math board, class library. It's just so important with kindergarten, just a really a classroom filled of text and words and literature. And so it gives the students the opportunity to just have more and more exposure while integrating technology and working together. I've really enjoyed this app. I think it's going to be great to use in the classroom. There's so much you can do with it, and you can tailor it to meet the needs of your classroom, to age appropriate. The objectives, like I said, you can use this to teach technology, or you can use this to teach an objective and integrate technology. So I think it's great. I hope that you find a way to implement this in your classroom. Thank you for your time.